what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Eon. You already know me, and we are in tune for episode 47 of Forever Slow Stroking the podcast. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in, and thank you for you all who has been with me since the beginning. It means a lot. I gotta tell you this: I am not a financial advisor, but I do have gems, right? And everything that I say on this podcast is pretty much for entertainment and educational purposes only, right? So sit back, relax, and let's learn something new. We're going to talk about Square, back to Square, right? We got to talk about Square, son, because I'm seeing something that's very interesting, and I want to share it with you all. But before we get into that, I got to say, please, 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 if you're liking the content, please support the channel by clicking that like button, followed by the subscribe button, right? Utilize the links in the description to get $25 in Bitcoin on Voyager. Then 2 free shares on Robinhood. I think it's 4 free shares nowadays, but Robinhood throwing some shares at you. Then you get 4 free shares on Webull. That's tough. And then $25 on crypto.com if you utilize my links that I put in the description of the video, right, son? You know me, I'm just here to help. But let's talk about it. Y'all ready? Back to Square, son. I'm ready for it. Son, so an article dropped, right? An article dropped, and this was on Friday, yesterday, regarding retail sales. And the numbers were good because, industry managed to maintain consistent numbers with respect to how the numbers were, in March for April. But they were expecting a 1% increase. However, in my opinion, I'm like, son, wait, hold on. That's not bad because, around this time, typically we've been seeing a lot of things, miss expectations, right? Either they miss or they beat significantly. But in this case, I'm saying, okay, well, it's staying the same. So that means that, hey, maybe there's more room for upside because we're not necessarily falling, right? People are still trying to get back into the swing of going out and, spending money, right? And those stimulus checks kind of help, in my opinion. Maybe not. I don't know. But I think it did decent. But you probably wonder, how does this, really, how in the world does this tie into Square, right? And I gotta say this, as of 2019, Square has supported over 2 million businesses with their transactions, right? And I only expect for that number to increase, especially with the rapid growth in small/new businesses, right? So a lot of people are finally, chasing their dream of being a business owner. And some of them are successful, some of them are not as successful. However, a lot of them go to a common source, right? They go to Square because Square helps them manage their businesses very well. And that's what you need to pay attention to. Who's giving them the tools to go out and make these things happen, right? Son, so as I mentioned 2 weeks ago, right, Square has so many products for businesses and has been growing their e-commerce presence, right? Remember, I told you Square now, they acquired, Weebly, right? So they have ownership of Weebly, which is constantly finding ways to improve e-commerce transactions, right? It's motivating them to improve e-commerce transactions, right? So this is another thing that you kind of want to pay attention to, son. But wait, I got something good for y'all, right? Now I'm about to take you to a further valuation. This is why I'm like, dang, son, like this content is so crazy, right? Son, aside from Square doing great things, whenever we experience e-commerce growth, we can expect positivity in terms of revenue from one of my favorite companies to trade, and that's UPS, son. UPS. You thought I was going to say FedEx? Nah, that's UPS, son. I love UPS. I don't love it as a stock. I just like to trade it. It's interesting, and I can predict it. So whenever we see growth in e-commerce, those shipping services, right, that we use, now this can be both FedEx and UPS, but I like to focus on UPS because I've been looking at it longer. Pause. So both of these companies can profit from the fact that people need their product shipped, right? And excuse me, that's my dog barking. I don't know what's his problem. He probably see a bunny rabbit outside. But yeah, so whenever people need their product shipped, automatically, either you're going to the United States Post Office, you're going to do UPS, you're going to do FedEx. Some people do DHL, but I don't really see them a lot. I see more so Amazon, UPS, FedEx, or the United States Postal Service. So we have seen this before, right? Back in 2020, we saw UPS, create so much revenue. It was type crazy in my opinion, bro. But I'm just like, how much more can y'all grow? UPS, their last earnings, they did fan freaking tastic, right? We got profit of 158%, which is $2.8 billion, son. That is a lot of profit, right? So they're really doing good, and their revenue, increased by 27%. So as long as there's growth in this company, I'm like, son, let's keep it going. Like, more people are buying stuff because more people getting jobs. So pay attention to these jobless claims, right? And the employment rates, son. Is so much material. And also, you got to understand, when the consumers are consuming and there is a good supply and demand ratio, there's always money to be made. So that's pretty much my new evaluation with Square, and also now UPS, right? So Square is still valid. Buying Square at $200 per share is valid. Buying Square at $199 per share is valid, son. Make this money. Don't wait until it takes off, son. Let's go. Let's get this money. Anyway, so I got some extras for you, of course. But before we get into those, let me say, if you haven't done so already, please, Hustle Class, Jermaine, y'all make sure y'all go check out that podcast, man. Hustle Class podcast is tough, valid, and the content is always straight to the point, and it's really good. So my man Jermaine, he's a part of Forever Slow Stroking. Definitely like a major part of Forever Slow Stroking. He's tough, bro. He's tough. Now, let me get into the numbers that I did for this week. So 5/14/2021, 35% profit FNB, 20% loss on Palantir, 20% profit JNUG, 100% profit SRNE, 100% profit on Kodak, 98% loss on Riot, ouch, and a 7% profit on UPS. Now, the hidden gem, right? I got you, son. There are so many issues occurring daily. One being that gas shortage that we experienced last week, right? So, this put a dent into VLO. VLO is Valero. But I'm still bullish on this joint, right? I'm still bullish on Valero, right? So, I just want to say this. Timing is everything. Look, I'm not going to get into it with y'all today. I gave you some good content. If you need more, just wait till next week. Or hit me up. Sunflower Social is here. Also, we trading in Houston, right? We're going to be in Houston giving a seminar. We're going to be giving a class. And we're going to, get to mingle a little bit. So, stay tuned for that. I got a lot in store for everybody. And thank you for all for tuning in. But I got to go. Ooh.